Hello, welcome once again. My name is Torrin Atkinson, and here today, Erdlu. What's an Erdlu, you may ask? And you'd be right to do that, because it's funkiness. What's going on? Oh, hang on. I'm not ready. Here we go. This is what I want. Okay, so today on Torrin Draw Stuff is going to be, holy smokes, everything's happening at once. I just turn my phone right off. Just power off, Mr. Phone. It's the Erdlu from Dark Sun. Who knows about Dark Sun? Let me quickly go into my Torrance Art Hole a Discord channel where you can chat with me when I'm not live streaming. I should really put the address in all of my what do you call it? Description, video descriptions. But for now, let's focus on some. This is what I've got so far. As you can see, where's my? Oh, this was my original pencil drawing, but it looks like I've erased a bunch of it. So, but there are some things I need to do. It's a warm day today, my friends. So let's get my colors going here. I don't know, blue? It's a nice kind of mid grayish tourmaline? No, I don't know what color that is. Sure, that's fine. Taupe? No, it's not taupe at all. There's a few things that I want to figure out today. This is for a book, a project, a Dungeons and Dragons I guess a digital book you would call it? A PDF of some kind? And it's, yeah, we'll make this, oh, I've already got her? No, let's get a red layer going here. This is going to be our red layer. And I'm just going to, this is the thicket that's behind, that is gonna, we want to make, I mean, I could have it cut through her eye line. That might be something. And then come down here, and then I don't know, where's the bottom of it? That's the other thing. Where would her feet be? Let's figure that out. There's her hips, legs, knees. Feel like, unless she's very short, her feet are going to be like here. But I have another Erdlu's feet here, which that doesn't seem right. So maybe I'll have to. Maybe that's something I'll need to address. Let me see. Maybe her navel's here. No, that's still about right. I mean, we could cheat it. We could cheat it and say it's kind of awkward. Say her legs, her feet, the ground plane, so to speak, is about here. Let's choose. Let's go to red. I think it's easier. Right. James, hello. Yes, I am live. I'm live. I'm alive. I just got your notification just before I hit go live. So if that's the case, I mean, I guess there could be multiple layers here. Levels, I mean. With this guy is here, which would probably bring his foot around like that, so his other foot would be, I don't know, down here, I guess. It's on the same layer as her. Same level as her. I mean, obviously they're not all on the same. Yeah, I guess we're going to assume that this is like a hill of some kind. Let me zoom out. Zooming out. Like, where's the perspective? Where's the horizon line? Where are we looking up at her? Because this is a very short Erdlu. Oops, it's a very short Erdlu. If the viewer is at the same eye level as the lady, then yes, these are very shorter. So I think we're going to have to assume that this is some kind of a hill. And maybe we put the bottom of the the thicket around here. Something like that. Where does the thicket? Where does the thicket? So which Erdlu are in front of the thicket and which Erdlu are behind the thicket? That's the question that I need to resolve. Like originally this guy was definitely going to be in front, which would have to put his feet on this layer here. And right now I've got them here, which is it's a no-go. He's going to be floating. This one appears to be a very tall one. They don't all have to be the same height. Another issue I have come across is this guy here in the background. His head is creating a tangent with the newly designed. So maybe I get rid of, here's a guy here. We'll put a guy here. We'll take this guy and lower him in the frame a little bit. Maybe we got 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. Maybe we reduce that down to 3 on this side. In which case, maybe this guy, maybe we just get rid of this. Maybe this is all thicket. Is that going to work? If that's all thicket? And then basically that kind of makes a mirror image of this guy though, which I don't want. So maybe I don't do that. Maybe I stick with more or less what I had. Maybe we'll put him here. And then he's looking, I had him originally looking directly at the camera, which might still work. And I've got some reference for this dude. So in which case, it didn't. Yeah, that might work. That might work. And then could have another guy in the foreground here. Like that. And then put his, I don't want to mirror this guy's leg though. So that's another challenge. Yeah, that is another challenge. I was reminded recently of a children's entertainer on TV. Can't remember his name. Ron something? Ron, I don't know. Something. And he had a emu puppet that he didn't have his own show, but he would appear on other shows. Other children's shows. And it was a very aggressive emu. And this comes to mind because I'm kind of drawing the same shape. But does anyone from my generation, i.e. the elders, remember this? He might have been on, like, I don't know, Captain Kangaroo or Hilarious House of Frightenstein, or probably not Hilarious House of Frightenstein, but maybe. Yeah, along those lines. I need to figure out, I feel like this guy's not working. What if I brought him up? What if I brought him way up? Right, like tippy top. Like part of me, let me make a new layer, just because it's getting messy. Part of me wants to have a guy down here, like Rod Hull. Thank you, James. Rod Hull. What did I say? Gus? I can't remember what I said. But Rod Hull, yes. Okay, like that might work. And then maybe his. Let me bring back that other layer just so I can see where I put the ground plane. And then I put his leg here, flat on the ground, coming in from the side. That would work. Ba, 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 ba. Maybe that's it, right? And he's like, I just want something. I see something nice on the ground that I want. That might work. I might make him a little bit smaller. Let's try that. Yes. Something around there. I don't want him too close to. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So there's foreground. He's in. This guy is clearly in front of the thicket. Yeah, Ron, Rod. So I was close. I was close. Thank you for doing the research. Question for James. What's for dinner? What's for dinner today? I had, well, yeah, I'm not afraid to tell you. I had beef rendang from the Indonesian restaurant. Okay, so this is all fine. This is all fine. We don't need to. Maybe we put... Yeah, I'm having trouble with this thicket. Alright, so we've decided. Get rid of that. Let's merge these two layers together because I think we've decided more or less that we're gonna do. Which I think was in my previous sketch. My pencil sketch. It's my second sketch. I had another one in pen and marker that looked atrocious, but it helped me visualize what I then drew in pencil. Erdlu! Adam is here. Welcome. Erdlu! That's what they say. So now that we know that bird is down there, let's have this thicket come down. Let's have this thicket. This is what I'm thinking now. This is what I'm thinking about the thicket. It goes well over. I don't want to create this weird tangent. This here is a problem. I mean, I could. Here's what I could do, and maybe what I should do. What if I took this? Oh, God, I'm so sweaty. I just biked home from work. Question for Adam. What's for dinner? Or what was for dinner, depending on your time zone. Because for me, it's 6:30. I try not to eat after 6:30. So if I put this all the way up here, like all the way at the tippy top, that might help some of my... Yeah, I think that'll help some of my... What if we just flippy flop that too? Would that also help? Transform horizontal. Oh, snap. God damn it. Is that gonna... I don't think it makes much of a difference. No. Kind of like it the way it was, I guess. I just have to connect. I think that'll help with my composition. It just means that I gotta redraw part of that, which is not a big problem. And then we could have this coming through here, like that. The general shape of our thicket. Now, how am I going to draw the thicket? That's an interesting question. It's 9:30 here. I like to imagine the noise. This is Adam. I like to imagine the noise they make, and I imagine it's the worst animal noise ever. What would that be? What would be the worst animal? I feel my worst animal sound ever is seagulls. I despise, I try to be respectful of all living things on this planet Earth. But mosquitoes, flies, and seagulls, to me, are my own personal vermin. I don't mind rats. Of course, I don't have them in the house, but sometimes I have flies and mosquitoes in the house. If I had rats in the house, that would be a bigger problem. I prefer cockroaches to seagulls. Let me put it that way. When I lived in Chinatown, right on the edge of Chinatown in downtown Vancouver, there were a lot of seagulls, and some old guy, I assume, maybe it was a lady, somebody was out there like 7 a.m. throwing bread into the street for the seagulls. And man, that's not a great sound to wake up to. Because I was on the 4th floor, so I could overhear this area. So I got some PTSD from that about seagulls. I imagine that they sound like turkeys. Yeah. Like a chirrick scree noise, like a seagull choking on a pigeon. That's a good... all right, so maybe the thicket comes down here. So the way... should I do this now? I don't think I should do this now. Maybe I should do this now. Maybe I should do the thicket now. It's kind of boring, though. might be a boring thing to watch here. Let me try to have it going up here as well. And then we could have this guy coming out here. Maybe we do. Maybe I do. Maybe I just put them further in the background. Here's a problem though. Under. Maybe this is the guy who's looking directly at the camera. And he's behind the thicket? Or he's behind the other guy? Underpants? Or maybe the guy in the background is even tall. No, because that conflicts with the... It competes with the... this thing. The crook. Is that what you called? A crook? The thing with that. So maybe this guy needs to be a bit taller. And maybe he's in front, and maybe he's behind the thicket, and we'll never know because everything else is covering his body. Okay. So I think that helps. I think we'll have to make a suggestion of a hill when I finally do the ground plane here. And then, so this is all going to be thicket. So let's do a thicket layer. Oh my God. Okay. This might be too boring for streaming, but at least I'll show you my process, or which may or may not change. So what I'm thinking about for the thicket is not exactly making a brush, but let's... No, I hate it already. Don't do that, Photoshop. That's what I want. Let's get rid of this. Let me see how I want to do this. So, don't want to make it look like a rock texture, but I do want to make it look like, and I don't want it to make it look like, I want it to make it look, well, I want it to make it look like it's going up. I don't want to make, I never want it to look like it's going down, and I want it to look very generic. So, I don't know. Let's, no. So let's take that. Let's imagine that that is our thicket. Let's get our red line going back in here. And then let's just copy paste. Copy paste. Let's just do it. And I might have to, yeah. Okay. Let's just keep going. Don't second guess yourself. Where's my original? This is my original. Like down there, right? Another one down here. Another one down here. Let's take this layer and we'll just do that for a second. Right, and now let's take this and we're going to, where's my, there, my transform. Flip that horizontal. And now we've got some going to other way. I feel like the things on the top are competing, but that's fine. That's fine. We're going to come back to it. We're going to, let me copy that. A, C, V. Move that down here. Oh, maybe move that there. Yes. And another one over here. And another one over, I don't know. Sure, let's put one over here. And then any more that we need? Sure, over there is fine. Another one here. Another one here. Another one here. Another one. No. Yeah, okay. And another one. I didn't plan this very well. Okay, there. I think the rest of them, yeah. Another one Okay, now these are all thicket layers. Let's make them green. Merge, 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 merge. And then do more. Do more. Fill in the blanks, basically. Of course, this is all going to have to be... Oops. Brush is too big. Da, 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 da. Like her hair is going to kind of like... what's the word I'm looking for? Merge? Which, probably a bad thing. But let's see. But, yeah. Here, let's put another one in right here. Merge. And... some in there. I don't know if this is going to work in the final composition. I really don't know. And I'm going to put some more like stems in here to like, you know what I'm saying? What do you call them? Not stems. I guess I erase some stuff that I shouldn't have erased. That's fine. We'll see if this works. You have seagulls in the house? No. Thank God. Thankfully, since then, I moved to a place where I hear seagulls only very rarely. Okay. Sure, let's put that. And yep. Let's fill all that in. Again when the old man died. This is a tricky part. Yeah? Is that gonna work? I think it might work. There's the ground plane there. Did I miss any spots? I'll do the stems a little bit later. Just want to get there. Okay, so now let's... Alright, let's see if that's gonna work. So let's bring that up to full and take our branch layer. What's the best way to do this? Let's just try it here. I'll put that underneath. And am I on the right layer? Yes. I feel like it might help if this were a different color. So let's go red. Let me just put that in. It's going to make it easier for me to erase around these guys here. And see where I'm... So I learned from the inking, one of my how to ink comics instructional books. There's like put a little white outline around things. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to have the none of the lines of the thicket should be touching the lines, even the outlines of the Erdlu. Okay, so this is all. Where are we here? Oh yeah, that's a tricky bit. I should really go just from one left to right and make sure I don't miss anything. I'm gonna have to. I should have finished my. My crook first, but that's okay. I can always come back to that. My crook. All right, let's do it. Just a suggestion. There. It's tough because they're so close together. Oh, and my hand is sweaty. It's quite. Well, it's not. It wasn't too hot today. Did anyone say what they had for dinner? No. Nobody wants to tell me what they had for dinner because it's probably like, it's a bag of chips and I'm ashamed. Sometimes that's my dinner. Yesterday my dinner was ice cream. And so I understand. I do like how you captured that they all look sick. Like they've been exposed to defiling for so many generations. They just come that way now. That's how I do. That's how all my monsters and characters look. They all look like they're sickly. Why is my eraser stopped erasing? Am I happy with? Okay, so let's just do that. That's fine. And then this little Erdlu. This little Erdlu here should save my work. Whew. But yes, I am a little bit warm. And then I can see what I need to erase because everything is red. 1960s Spider-Man music. Raymond Ellis. Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, it looks great when it's red. How is it going to look when it's black? Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, you know, I should... there we go. Now, if I make that the same black... Oof! Maybe I will have to do it 2 different tones. Maybe I will have to do it 2 different tones. Because I'm just not that skilled. Either that or I go full... Okay, let's save my work. Even though I just saved it. But here's the other thing. So I either do like... We have some of this drawing is going to be tones, like grayscale. Still is not super readable. Or other option is I really make the thicket like... I should do this on a different layer because this is just a test. Like really. And then if we do go all the way up to some of them. Don't know how I'm going to handle that hair though. That's too far up. This might be the way though. At least. Yeah, that might work. That might work. This might work. And then that solves the problem of that tiny space between. My pen is a bit too rough here for me to put that much pressure on it. Oh, it's because I'm at 80. That's why. Let's go back to 40 for this part. 80 brush size makes it more grungy. Right? Just for this is the crook. Does a crook have to be... Am I using that word correctly? Does that word mean what I think it means? Like I pasted all this. I had gumbo and shrimp. Now tell me about, is gumbo just another word for soup? Like what makes a gumbo gumbo? But thank you for answering that question. I don't know if I've ever had a gumbo, or a jambalaya for that matter. I remember that there was a font called jambalaya, which I had that font for a while back in the 90s. or early 2000s. All right, so now, yeah, let's oink, 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 oink. And I'm gonna, I mean, it looks really black right now, but I might throw in some texture with my eraser a little bit later. Maybe in some style that I haven't figured out yet. We're making it up as we go along, everybody. That's the creative process, as Bob Ross has taught us. Although Bob Ross very rarely made it up as we went along. He would, as I understand it, he would do multiple copies of the painting before they started recording, video recording. All right. This is my black layer. Let's make it black. Let's make it, well, there's no black, but there's a gray. This is going to be an interesting part. Erdlu! Help me, Erdlu. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Erdlu. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Here's another part that I need to fill. Leg. Zip. Okay. I'm planning on eating more gumbo later tonight when I'm having my early morning panic attack. Good idea. Very good idea. Whatever soothes the savage breast. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go all the way in to the edges there. Is that going to work? I think that's going to work. Yes. Yes, I do. Hooray for me. And so then we just like... This is where... Yeah. And then down here. Boom. Bam. This is competing with the little hairs on the... So maybe I'll have to do those in relief, so to speak. But I'll come back to that too. Hopefully I won't forget. Little twigs coming out. Little happy little twigs. Okay. See what I'm thinking. The texture like I'm talking about. Let me save my work again. Yeah, I think it's going to work. Like I would just take my eraser. Hard round? Sure. And then... But I have to get rid of... That's the idea. It looks like shit right now because I've got the other... If I get rid of all of this nonsense here... am I in the wrong layer? Yes, I was on the wrong layer. Did I just erase something that I shouldn't have erased? There, the green layer. Look, if I get rid of some of this stuff. Bring that one back. Bring that one back. And then... Let's get back down to... Sure, 45. I don't know, something like that. Maybe more subtle. I'm overdoing it, but that's the idea. Maybe I make my... Something like that. I have to work on that. But I think we've come to some kind of a solution. That whole thickety issue. And since I've done that, I think we can really fill in some of these around her face as well. Is that wrong? Maybe I overdid it a little bit on the top there. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. Get some harder lines in there, I think. Oops. Oops, oops. Wrong way. What's my brush size? Brush size is 40. That's appropriate. Dun, 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 dun. I like this. I like this brush. It makes me think of Bill Sienkiewicz in some ways. That's okay. So that's okay. We're cool. Oh my god, I'm so hot. I'm burning up. I'm burning up, you guys. No, that's on the wrong layer. Undo, undo, undo. So this can just be right. Just go around there. Something like that. Yeah. I might erase that chicken wing later. We'll see how it goes. It's causing me some distress right now. It's the thicket. Speaking of thickets, big rock and roll show coming up on July 5th if you're in Vancouver or Chilliwack. More appropriately, say. More appropriately. Nanny size catches thieves just like flies. Look out! At the Chilliwack Coliseum, my band, the Darkest of the Hillside Thickets, will be playing with a bunch of other bands. And now let me finish this crook. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. Does that look too piecemeal? Looks a little bit piecemeal. Oh well. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. Tickets are on the internet somewhere. It's called the Controlled Chaos Music Festival. Let me check. It makes the light look more stark, and since it's not for print, you can do this. It is a thick, hearty texture. Okay, this is gumbo. This is answering the gumbo question. It is a thick, hearty, textured soup in that it has a strong flavored stock, filet, F-I-L-E with the accent grave, as thicker. I don't know what that word is. Bell pepper and okra. Okra, the slimiest of vegetables. And multiple meat types, usually sausage, shrimp, crawfish, and pork. Interesting. I wonder if I'd like it. Because I don't usually dig on the crustaceans, the shrimp and the crawfish. Although I don't know if I've ever had crawfish before. Or crawdaddy. Also, okra and tomato jambalaya is a dry dish with seasoned rice and green onions. Oh my god, I thought it was a soup all this time. I've been educated. Thank goodness. Okay. Whew. Warm. Okay, so let's get back to the drawing the critters. But I think that is... I almost wish... I don't know. Yeah. I know. No. It's fine. It's fine. Let me... Oh, there's my green. Okay, great. Yeah, that's fine. Black, green. What's the difference at this point? All right. Okay. Good. All right. Erdlu. Let's draw some more Erdlu. Yeah, let's draw some more Erdlu. I guess there's not going to be... I could put in... Where's my original? I could put in, like... Going back to my red layer here for a second. I could put in some... Let's get rid of all this. And all this. What a messy mess I made. I could put in some, like, dunes or something in the background. But I'm not sure that really is going to add anything to it. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe. Maybe just a suggestion. Hello. Is that too many Erdlu? How many Erdlu is too many? Shit, I forgot about this guy. Okay. Well, let's draw him now, shall we? Okay. Which means I have to temporarily remove that. Okay. So I need my Erdlu. Let's look at my Erdlu reference again. Where are we? There's the Kara Kara. That's for the guy that's looking straight at me. There's the... What is that guy? That's another. Is that another Kara Kara? Sure. Flintstones. It is a good old time. What else do we got? Here's... Oh, yes. The beak. The cresty beak. Yeah, we'll keep that at hand. What's this guy? Mouth open? Let me think about that. No. Chicken head. Where are you, chicken head? I'm not sure if I need that, but I like the veins on the neck, the arteries. So yeah, maybe we will keep that. Maybe we will. Let me just get rid of some of these troublesome feathers. But I do like that. Look at that coxcomb. Is that what you call that thing? Coxcomb. And why isn't that yellow? All reference layers should be yellow. Layer 7. No, we already looked at that. Turkey blue. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Yes, that's a good one. That's very good. Very good indeed. Oh, yes. And, no. Bird vulture. No. Although, that's kind of important. No, it's fine. A blue turkey. Sure, why not? We'll keep that. We'll keep that one handy for the cool neck texture. And I don't know. What's this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this little friend? Sure. Sure. I feel like I'm overdoing it with the references. But let's draw it. Let's get rid of my original drawing layer, and we'll bring that down. I feel like, should I make this guy a whole new layer, just in case I want to shift him around, because that may very well be what happens. All right, so we're going to call this new guy. Adam says, I sometimes make a pulled pork gumbo using a marinade that uses vinegar, orange juice, and black pepper. I made it for a holiday meal once, and now my mom insists on it every year. Well, well, well. I'm not... Southern cooking, it's not something we get around in Vancouver a lot. I can't think of a single, like, Southern cooking restaurant. Like, the last Southern cooking restaurant I ate at was probably in New York City. Apparently it's very famous. And that would have been like 2013? 14? 10 years ago. Oof. Maybe even longer ago than that. It was the year that my band played the Necronomicon in Rhode Island. Because my lady friend at that time and I took some extra time off work and we tooled around New York for a few days. All right, new guy. Let's just start drawing. Looking at our references. The eye is in the middle of the head. We know that much. Oh, and we got the big... what do we call it? What are we calling this thing? this thing here. Alright, so there's an eye. There's an eye. It's looking down. We got that thing going on down here. And the mouth goes back to the... Maybe his mouth is open just a little bit. And the bottom beak is pretty thick compared to actual birds. I feel like his head needs to go further back, though. Like something like that. Drawing, we're drawing. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna shift this little guy around. And don't worry too much about the hairs because he's gonna have a bunch of black behind him, so never mind about that. Maybe we can just infer some of the hairs by making kind of a jaggedy old jaggedy. Something like that. Remembering our light source is coming from directly above. So, like that. Dun 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 dun. Here's some James Horner. Where's the ear? It's a funny little ear. And where's the let me get rid of my references for a second. The little Sharpie bit is going to be here-ish. And then right behind the Sharpie bit is the turkey nostril. Is that too close? I guess that's all right. He's a friendly looking guy, isn't he? This can have more of a... almost... kind of a dinosaur-ishy look. I'm not going to put any weighty lines because it's going to have the black behind it. Erdlu! Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Something like that. What did I miss? I feel like I'm missing this part underneath the eye. And that's fine. Okay. I do feel like it's too big. Let's move it. Let's move it around already. Move it around. Make it just a little bit smaller. Something like that. Kill switch. Hello, welcome. I have an idea for a business now, says Adam. Is it the Gumbo Jambalaya business? Hello, welcome, Killswitch. Necronomicon, think its appearance was in 2013. The pictures of you are of you in an octopus costume. Yes, which I no longer have. Sold it to a fan in Oregon because I decided I had too many costumes. I regret it a little bit. I regret selling that costume a little bit. But when we moved into our 2.5 bedroom condo, we got more rooms. But we got less space, ironically. Less square footage than the 1-bedroom rental that we had. So that's something. All right, so I've yet to do an actual foot of these guys. So I would like some Erdlu foot reference. Let's take a look. Where's our backside? Here's the OG Erdlu. Right. Got it. I'm with you on this. So I feel like that's yeah. That's just what I'm gonna do. How's the volume? I should have asked this like 40 minutes ago. How's the volume, everybody? So, okay. This foot is on the ground. Let's start it here, I guess. I feel like I'll just like... There's not going to be much different. I feel like I have absolutely no problem with the way that that Tom Baxa, our goodly friend Tom Baxa, did these. Although I have more... Mine is lankier than his. He's got these parts here. Oh, let's go. No, it doesn't matter. The upper parts of his legs, I feel, are too short. Not too short for in his drawing, but too short compared to what I've done using my ostrich leg reference. So maybe I have the joint more like down here. But there's going to be more. Yeah. Those things are fine. And there's not going to be any... Yeah. Oh, well, there'll be a little. But, yeah, I'll make some adjustments with the thicket there. And then... yeah. This will all be dark. Let me see an actual... I don't know. What should I use? Ostrich legs? What do I have in my reference folder for this gig? Oh, here's my original drawing I was telling you about, which is actually backwards. Yeah, see, I had this head coming down. But we're not here to look at that. Here's an ostrich. This is probably from Body Worlds or something. Look at that. Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. But I want to see the outside. I want to see the... There's no real scales or anything that I'm seeing looking at these other references. Let us look at a cassowary leg. Do I have any other reference for... Oh, here's another. There's another one. But again, this is probably like a Body Worlds plastination version. It's pretty great, though. Useful. Okay, so let me go and type in cassowary leg images. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Not super scaly, but definitely some texture on them. Let me drop it in so you can see what I'm looking at. God, what a mess this. What a mess this is. Move up. Da, 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 da. Right? Let me just get rid of some of the extraneous bits here. And let's zoom in. Yeah, it's got some scales, some scaly bits going on here. It's very interesting, very reptilian, very dinosaur-y. Let me see if I can find just one more. Oh, this might be... I don't know if I'm going to find one that's better than that. Pretty great. Probably not. Probably I won't. Looking at the other stuff here. Yeah. No, it's fine. Okay, great. Let's do it. I want to be on the new guy layer. Let's take this red layer and just make it so almost invisible. And new guy layer. Save my work. Save it. Yeah. Tom Baxa has decided that that each leg has 4 toes. So we will honor that. Possibly. The bottom is very flat in the cassowary. Let me just rough it in here. And then another one over here. And then, see this one. He's got like this joint is not. It's kind of in there, and then we're putting one in the back, which is not what you would find in the cassowary, but that's totally fine. This is not a cassowary. This is an Erdlu. Erdlu. Okay. Right. Right. Not sure if that's gonna, because I decided that the hill is here. So I could spread the toes apart a little bit more, maybe. Yeah. Damn it. Damn it all to heck. Let's put one here and then the other one. Yep. And then this one will be something like that. And this kind of like interesting fold here. And then now it's not sure about that angle. Okay, right? This is just some texture is fine. We'll be fine for this. We don't need to go do a deep dive on. It looks a little weird. Looks a little chunky. But let's roll with it and see what happens. Like really like this is much smaller scales here. Not sure that's gonna read. But yeah. Something like that. Something along those lines. Let's put some more. Let's put some more lumpy bumpies here. I'm not sure about this lumpy bumpy. Something like that. And then his or her. Where do we decide his body is? Let's get rid of these legs. Don't need you anymore. I think. Hang on. Guess we'll need some of that going on here. I feel like the body. How did we do the body? Oh yeah, he's got the. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Is it cool though? Okay. Something like those webby bits. Okay, tom backs go away. And then your top part will be here. Barely. Not even going to be able to register it, really. Ba-da-ba, against this guy. Oof. Where's my things here? Okay, let's get rid of all of this. Yeah. Let's get rid of a lot of that, but not all of it. Let's make it come down a little bit more. Down to here. Some more texture here. And where's new guy? New guy, you're here. More shade underneath that foot. That's my ground plane. I shouldn't be drawing it on my new guy layer. Oops. Oopsie. So that's, yeah. I feel like that head still needs to be a bit smaller. So let's see about that. Which means I might have some more finagling to do. Is that going to be okay? A little bit lower. That might work. Bop, 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 bop. And, okay. Okay. Gosh, it's warm. Minimize. Check out emu feet and then add another toe. Too late! Ostriches have one big toe and one tiny toe. Cassowaries have two regular toes and one big disemboweling toes. And emu feet are three-toed. Yeah, it does kind of look a little bit weird. But maybe I'll come back to that. Got to draw the rest of his body here, which is really just... Where would his... Okay, here, let me get rid of this. And let me bring my red layer up. Now, let me just draw through here. As they teach you in Marvel, drawing comics the Marvel way. Right? Which would mean his... Bum, 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 bum. Which would mean that his... I guess this guy is going to be behind the thicket. Because otherwise I've got a lot of competing. I guess his... How do we decide? This is his arm here? His vestigial wing? No, let me look. Oh, it's even kind of closer to the front. No, it's about right. Guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. Bump, bump, bump. Here, I know what to do. I know what to do. Make that layer just 50%. And red layer. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be the top. That'll be the fronty party. Right? Something like that. So then I'll have some blacks there. Some blacks there. And hopefully it'll read more or less. We won't be able to see much because the foreground guy is so close to the right side of the screen. But that's cool. All right. Go back to the red layer underneath there. And now we can draw. Just draw it. Just gonna... What happened? What did I do? Gosh darn it. I pressed a key and I don't know what happened. All right. Now, this red. This black. Draw. Draw, you fool. Let me... You know what? I'm just gonna remove these. And no one's gonna notice. I'm just gonna remove them all. And it'll be our little secret that they were ever even there. That way, I think it'll benefit this guy. The new guy. Okay. Here's the... Right? Yeah, that's fine. This is all just muscle. Muscle. Yes, indeed. No one's going to see that. We've got this. Let me get rid of this one too. And that one as well. And the new guy will have his... Yeah. I feel like that's something. Okay. Oops. Z. I want Z, not X. Okay. Is that the general idea? I think that's the general idea. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to get rid of all these little things. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize to my OG. Let's make his outline nice and thick around that area. And then that's where the thicket's going to be. So let's just go ahead and make the thicket. Let's just go ahead and make that thicket go up to there. And that should be fine. Who will dare to contradict me? Should I? Should I do that? I'll leave it for now. But because there's black here, we'll do it on this side. It looks a little weird, but that's fine. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Let's put this on medium right now. Let's, just for the sake of work in progress. And then, I don't know, should I do the ground now or should I probably should do the rest of the Erdlu since I am, yeah. I feel like let's just get rid of this guy. Maybe have this guy. Get rid of all this red. It's competing for attention we don't need anymore. Don't need you anymore, red. You're all fine. All fine. Fine, fine, fine. We don't need this red over here anymore. All we need is less Erdlu. I mean, I could put, god damn it, B. Goodbye. I feel like the thicket should go more like that. Because it's kind of competing with his hair now. Or her. And then one here. Let's have this one looking. And then one behind. And then just one wave in the background here. Is that how I'm going to do it? Bakak! I've got this big empty space here, but I kind of painted myself into a corner. Because if I put one here, then it's going to conflict with a bunch of stuff. Maybe I have the thicket go like this instead of going up here. Not sure. Not sure. Hard to say. Maybe should this one be kind of 3/4? Almost looking at his or her mistress. And then this guy would be looking straight at camera. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of creepy. I don't know. What does everyone think? Should the one in the back be looking directly at camera? Like in the middle back? Or should this one, or should Mr. Bagak? Maybe this guy should be looking out here. Yeah, I think so. Let's get this guy straight at camera. And then just a couple. These guys will be like almost like another one here. the dunes in the background, the scrub. Let me take a wider view. You know what maybe we'll do? Let's do our old trick that we like to do. I want the whole. I want where image rotation. Flip the whole thing. Flip the whole damn thing. Yes, isn't that interesting? Yeah, the space right here is really bugging me, but I don't know what to do about it. Unless I again get rid of some of these things and then just move this guy over here, and he could even be redirecting our eye. I don't need to flip it, I can just draw it. Back. Oops, wrong tool. Back. Back towards our... But yeah, I think this is kind of a problem. Maybe that's what I have to do. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So we're gonna have 3 heads poking up in this area here. Maybe we get these 2 heads a little bit closer together. Don't know if that's too close. An hour later, I get notification of this. Gosh damn you, YouTube! Did you get the notification? Here's the question. Did you get a notification from YouTube? Or did you get a notification from Discord? From the announcements channel? Because I think I published it. I think I did. Alright, so let's see if we can wrap this up real quick. Alright, so I'm going to save my work. I think I can put all these guys on all these new friends on the new layer. And let's just do it. Let's just draw. Why is it not drawing? Hello? Oh, there we go. So his head goes back, the beak comes up like that. Got another. Do we want any of them to have, like, I don't know, part of their beak has been chipped off or something, or is it too late for that? Maybe this guy has a mouth open. Maybe this guy. What if this guy is like, caca, like really screaming? Does any of them have their mouth like really open? That guy's kind of doing the same thing. Okay, so never mind. Don't want to get too repetitive with the Erdlus. I just in my notifications here being YouTube. Okay. So maybe this guy just has a slightly open mouth again. And that guy looks kind of derpy. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. Still looks kind of derpy. No. Let's put a waddle on him. More of a waddle than the other guy. Well, the other guy, I guess you don't really see as much of his neck. But we can really put some Okay, let's make the... Maybe you can see a bit of his tongue in there. How does it? Oh yeah, there's a lot of texture on these. But I think we can get some nice darks in here. Because why not? Who's gonna stop me? You! Oh, by the way, I watched the new Wes Anderson movie, The Phoenician Scheme. I'm a fan. I liked it. Yeah, okay. I don't know how everyone feels about Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson films are not everyone's cup of tea. I will grant you that. Let me do a better job with these things. Oh, he's missing his ear. Okay, we'll put that in. Something like that. You can do that because... Yes. I don't see a notice on Discord. I will check that movie out. Yes. I feel... Okay. My favorite Wes Anderson film has always been Rushmore. I feel like some of his early... the more movies he makes, the more kind of like Wes Anderson-y the movies become. Like, I feel like the last, I don't know, since Isle of Dogs, basically, have been very, he's got that straight on, there's not a lot of angles in any of his shots. Everyone delivers their lines very deadpan, very little emotion. It's almost cartoony in some ways. And that is also true of the Phoenician Scheme. Very Wes Anderson-y. But I liked it. I liked it more than his previous two films, which would be what the Asteroid City, and the one before that was the French Dispatch. I thought they were fine. Didn't love them. I liked the Phoenician Scheme more than those. I don't know if I'd say if I liked it more than Isle of Dogs, but that's also an animated movie, stop motion animation. So is that apples and oranges? I don't know. All right, let's do this challenging front on guy. Where's my... I don't think we need the cassowary legs anymore. Delete. We are not using the head or neck from the original Tom Baxter drawing. Where is my cassowary? Or Caracara. There he is. There he is. That's the guy I want. Look at that. This is going to be interesting. It may very well look super goofy, and that may work, or it may not. Do I need this one? What's the... Oh, God, I keep moving. A turkey vulture. Let me look at... It's a turkey vulture, right? Some of these are... No, that's not a turkey vulture. I don't remember what kind of... I want to look at turkey vulture head straight on. Is that going to come up with anything? Ba-da-ba. Like looking directly at me, at camera. Oh, here's one. Kinda, sorta. Maybe I need to use Sketchfab for this. Let's look at this guy here. We'll just do an unholy melange of bird heads. Like, look at those nostrils. That's pretty gnarly nostrils. But it's not quite the right angle. So let me go to Sketchfab. Sketchfab. Ba, 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 ba. We're going to type in vulture. We're going to see what comes up. There is a... what is this? This is a hooded vulture. Let's take a look. Here is a vulture. Let's take a look. The black vulture. Interesting. White-headed vulture. Oh, there's realistic vulture. That looks like the same kind that we want. So we'll wait for that to load. Loading 3D model. Yes, this is our guy. Found you. I mean, it's kind of... Let me show you what I'm looking at. I don't want to get too close because then it distorts. There's that distortion. I don't like how the background is. Can I change the lighting on this guy? That's all kind of... Yeah, it's just middle-ish. It's fine. Not super excited about that. Let's bring that back. Let's see what the other ones are. Here's the white-headed vulture. That's kind of like more interesting. I feel like this might be the guy. Let me just screen grab it. Drop it in here. Pasty, pasty. Grabby, grabby. Cutty, cutty. Deletey, deletey. Pasty, pasty. Like, and then bring it up to the correct angle. I feel like this is pretty close to what we want. Thank you. Who made this 3D model? The Watt Institution. Interesting. The Watt Institution. It's an institution. I didn't know there were institutions putting 3D models up on Sketchfab. Let's adjust. Let's do an auto contrast on that. No, that didn't help. Let's bring a brightness up to that. I think this might be our guy. Mix him with the turkey vulture photo that I have. And I think this might be our guy. Let me quickly look at the other options. No, that guy looks derpy. Too derpy. And also it's very low resolution. Last guy. Flying. This guy's flying. Oh, but you can have it's animated, so I can have the option of the mouth being open. But again, it looks... Well... Nah. Nah. It does have a cool neck, though. Here, let me show you. Check out the neck on this guy. It's pretty cool, right? It's also kind of derpy looking, but not in a bad way. Not in a way that I don't like. So maybe we'll split the difference on these. Okay. Let's just draw it. Saving my work. Saving my work. Cthulhu Inc. Says... wait. I gotta go further back. Adam says, Wes Anderson movies are like catnip for white people. Here's funny news. There will be a Kiss biopic movie directed by McG. Okay. Adam, I really dug Asteroid City. I think you got a third type of problem we never seen before. I have a lot of grief, and Asteroid City actually helped me process a bit of it. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. Cthulhu Inc. says, I like Grand Budapest Hotel. Yes, that was excellent. And my nostrils are gnarly with my hay fever. And what did you have for dinner? That's the question of the day. What was for dinner today? All right. That's a question for you. Let's have him coming out here. Let's have him coming out at a bit of a different angle as well. About this, maybe just a little bit further away. I need to get my reference on the correct side of the screen, though. We can start zooming in for the drawing portion. What layer? Am I on the right layer? No. What layer was I drawing on? What layer? Oh, I was drawing on the BBBBBB layer. Okay, so let me just grab that. And put that on the new guy layer. Just so we have the option of moving it around a little bit. Later on. Yes, thank you, Photoshop. I know what the lasso tool does. We like to have his beak a little wider. I was like almost a snake-like head, though. Very square. And then this is the general shape we're going with, I guess, maybe. The eyebrow ridges seem appropriate. It looks like I'm making him closer than the guy next to him, which I don't like. And then, yeah, a little bit of a ridge there. Let's take that red down a lot. And then where should the beak... Gotta have some ridges here. Right? It's evil looking. The hook. By hook or by crook. The nostrils. Maybe a little bit higher. Then... It's weird drawing a bird from this angle. I'm not sure if I've ever done that before. Probably not. Wider. Yeah. Oh, but we forgot. What did we forget? We forgot this ridge here. That is not on an actual... The vultures do not... What? Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer again. How does this keep happening? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make that layer 50%. So if I start drawing on the wrong layer again, I will know immediately. Okay. So here's something. Get out of here. Get out of here. Feel like... Okay, so... Yes. Oh. Yes, we want... Okay. There is the beaky part. Where are the... Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's make some real estate for my nostrils. Make these lines a little bit thinner. Get the nostrils up there. Right? Feel like that. You know, birds, they're interesting, right? Okay. Okay. It's the Erdlu. Bump. And then, sure, let's just make this crest here. It's like really quite straight on, as you can see. And I think that's going to be fine. Right? Is that going to work for us? I don't know what I'm drawing right now. I don't even know what I'm not even supposed to be here today. Clerks. That's what that's from. Okay. Okay. And then we'll just get some... Okay. And then how do we want to do this? Yeah. Let me look at one of these. What's that blue-headed blue turkey? Bring forth the blue turkey. Let me be inspired. Inspire me, blue turkey. Inspire me. In fact, let me put you over here. I don't think we need the Kara anymore. Right? New guy layer. It's the one we want. Let's get these these things up here. Okay. And then we just want... I don't know what we want. Not sure what we want. Oh. Let's get some big oogly booglies going on. Might have to get rid of some of these errant hairs, which is fine. Okay. Are we happy here? Bunk, 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 bunk. Bum, bum. Something like this. Dun, 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 dun. Now don't draw too many lines. So. Sure. I feel like this is something. I feel like it's not nothing. Is that too much? Oops. Something like that. I think that's fine. Let's say that that's fine. I want to push it back a little bit, though. I think. Good thing it's on its own layer. Caitiff, dire turkey. Yes, indeed. Driving so can't talk, but looks good. Thank you. Why are you driving and looking at YouTube at the same time? That's wrong. What you're doing is wrong. Let's put him a little higher up and a little more in the distance. Gives me more room for a neck as well. I feel like the guys in the background should actually be less dark. So I kind of shit the bed on that one. Okay. Gosh, we're getting close to being done here, aren't we? Somebody say yes. The universe welcomes careful drivers. All right, so let me just... That guy there. Oops, no, that should go here. All right. It's a background guy. Let me let's get rid of all that and that and that. And this is, let's get rid of this. Yep. New guy. Sure. Let's have him. Let's have him right. Almost mimicking. That's fine. Doesn't bother me. Oh. Something like that. And we'll just, no, that's the layer I want. the gray layer. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough of those guys. Maybe we don't need any more. All right. So now if we were doing the ground, how would I do that? Great question. Are we going to finish today? Guys, are we going to finish this right now? Let me... We're going to come close. I think what I'm going to try to do the finish the ground. Here's no, that's too shitty. That's moderately better. And ba 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Ground. Ground. It's slight. I guess we'll just make the ground layer the same as the thicket layer, right? What's happening with this tangent here, though? I don't like that. So maybe I mess that up a bit. Still kind of a tangent, but not quite as bad. Okay. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. There's going to be some rocks. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, nope. We said it was going to be a hill. I'm going to undo all those. Right? Kind of just redid what I undid, but some more rocks. More rocks. Use some more bushy things coming up in the foreground to obscure our shitty landscape. Let me do that differently. Our shitty ground plane, I mean. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, this is all very Bob Rossian. Ba, 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 da. Ba, la, da, la, da, da. Undo, undo, undo. God damn it. Photoshop. Sometimes it just likes to use my eraser as a brush. And that always annoys me. Like right now! Stop it! Alright, let's bring this to full. Something coming up behind the rock there. Don't think we really need to put much here. I think maybe we'll just say that that's that. Let me get rid of my red layer altogether. Oh, I didn't do my... Okay. Here's... Okay. All right, let's fix this up. Don't want her to make her look like she's got antlers or anything. Sure. Okay, one more layer. Let me get rid of all my reference. Goodbye, vultures. I think we're... Oh my god, we're so close. We're so close. Yeah, that's kind of working. These two... Oop. Bugging me. There's two dots. They were two dot-like. That's bugging me a little bit. Let me see if I can put a little bit of a halo around this guy. See if it doesn't. Just because he needs to pop a little bit. Ugh. Right. Alright, back to full opacity. That's not my favorite part. Don't know what I'm doing. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that chicken wing. It's happening. Goodbye. That little wing that came up from behind him is just confusing the issue. So we shall rectify that right away. Okay. Like, what is... I think it's probably my eraser. It's creating those. Yeah, I think it's my eraser. Those slightly blurry lines. But that's okay. It doesn't bother me. Maybe we can... Whoa, how did I get to yellow or red all of a sudden? Okay. Elfsar's here. Welcome. Welcome. Bambi is here. Welcome. Both. I'm just wrapping up. The only thing I want to do, which I haven't done. Oh my god, this guy needs some more. These guys are on the same layer. Yes, so let's... Just give me... Yeah. The B layer. Just a little more. Just a little more. Is that fine? Let's put some... Oh, nope, 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 nope. Put some suggestion of some hairy texture on that guy. And then last, and probably least, let us... What layer is this? What's on layer 18? Nothing, so that's my new layer. We can get rid of that. Right? Oh, I see what I did. That's fine. I don't need that anymore. I don't need that anymore. I did all that work. And then I just forgot it existed and drew over it. So, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, references. Goodbye. Goodbye, layer 10. Goodbye, layer XXX. Goodbye, lady hair. Goodbye. Oh. Oh. That's clearly I had reference for the guys. But I forgot about it. Goodbye, woman robe staff. Goodbye, pencil drawing. Goodbye, the rude pen. Don't need any of you anymore. All right, layer 18. Goodbye, red layer. Layer 18 will be... Let's have it go right through that guy's head. I don't know. I don't know. Cthulhu Inc. says, please don't forget to like the vid, comment, sub, and hit the little bell. Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. Thank you for remembering to say the things that I forget. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Photoshop. I feel like these lines should be even thinner. But for the time being, what's going on there? Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. For the time being, let that be. Let it be done. Maybe, I don't know. Is that sky? Nobody knows. Is it sky or land? Nobody knows. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. It kind of sucks, but it's a mystery. Well, it's on its own layer. So if I decide it sucks later, then that's fine. This is it. This is the drawing that I made. It has a lot of problems. But let's flip it back to what I started with, orientation-wise. Yeah. Sign my name, I guess. Let's do a little signature layer. Goodbye, Blue Turkey. Goodbye, Cara Cara. And this will be the signature layer. And we're going to call it a night, everybody. Thank you for joining my live stream. Let's make some room for myself here, right down here. Zoom in. What's my name? Torin. 2025. Thanks for joining me. Do the liking. Do the subscribing. Find me on the social media. I do have original Dungeons & Dragons artwork that I have made for actual Dungeons & Dragons books back in the distant past, in the before times, which I have on my website, torinatkinson.com. So come on down to torinatkinson.com. Buy something if you like, or just admire the craftsmanship if that seems like something that you might want to do. Thanks for joining me for the this endeavor. Elfsar, Killswitch, Cthulhu Inc., Bambi. Is this Krita? Wait. Krita, that's the drawing program, right? This is Photoshop. I'm going to come back tomorrow with a fresh eye. Look at some things, see if I want to change anything, make some adjustments. But for now, we're going to call this done. I will see you next time on the internet. Have a great Tuesday night. Bye-bye.